So, Dolphins wise, um, had some conversations yesterday with some of the folks in the building. Hadn't talked to them in a couple of weeks to see everything going on and talk. By the way, can you look up on Spotrac if they've updated yet the Darren Waller contract? Darren Waller will be paid a little bit over the minimum plus incentives, is what I'm told. So it's not what Jonnu Smith was making. It's not the minimum, but it's slightly over. It's a little bit more than the minimum. So whatever 1.2, 3, whatever million, he might be making two or something, maybe two and a half or something, plus incentives is what I'm told. They didn't give me the exact number. I'm kind of ballpark guessing. It's not updated yet, right? Nobody's talked about it yet, but it'll come out soon. It's is it called Hydrox or some shit? Yes, Hyrox, Hyrox workout. One of the things that I heard in the building, and if you're concerned, right? This guy's been rapping and off of football and all that. What's the first thing you're worried about, right? Is conditioning, right? Apparently, he is in crazy mofo condition, like like insane condition. Okay. So that part is out the window. You don't have to worry about this in July that, oh, is this guy using training camp to get in his shape? No, he's already in shape. He's running like crazy. He's flying around and all that kind of stuff. Now, do I think you're going to get much from this guy? Not really. He's athletic as hell, but he's in his 30s already. Been out of football a little bit here. But the good thing is, I will say that he is in crazy shape because he was already doing all kinds of, you know, insane workouts with that High Rocks thing. Go to his Instagram page, and you'll see it there. But because they told me, hey, he's in amazing shape and all that. One of the things that maybe you're concerned about, and then they told me you also can go, on the Instagram page and you can see it. And so it's that's something that at least, couple things there on the side. Again, I'm not telling you whether he's going to be great or not, but at least he's here in shape already and ready to go. And I think that's really important to a certain extent that he doesn't have to try to get in shape. Now, he's had injury history throughout his career. So durability has kind of been a thing with him. But again, they're not paying him a ton of money. This isn't a high risk, high reward type of thing. This is a low risk, high reward type of thing. In a way, I was thinking about this after I had the conversation with a couple people. Although with one person is I only talked Waller with. The other person I never talked Waller with. I talked a couple things, but not Waller with that person. But one of the things I at least if you got 500, 600 yards out of the guy, at least you got some utility out of him. Okay? Because if you could get something out of the young guys, then you don't have to necessarily depend on a 30-year-old that still doesn't know what he wants to do with his life and is kind of confused. Because let's be honest, when you're quitting football and you're going to become a rapper and you're not really a rapper, it's kind of stupid. You know what I mean? Like, does rapping really have to take off your football time? No. You do have an off season, right? You could make music in the off season. You could make music on your off days. You can have appearances on your off days. You can do all those kind of things to create a music career. And then if it hits, and once you're selling records and once you're in demand for concerts, then you can say, you know what, dude, I don't want to put my body through this. But when you leave without any security, that tells me that you're not all well here. You're not getting it. So I'm not telling you to depend or rely on Darren Waller in any shape, way, or form. I'm just telling you, one, what he's going to get paid, a little bit over the minimum plus incentives. It's not going to be the minimum. And he's in crazy ass shape overall. So he's in a good frame of mind for football now. And he's desperate, probably. This is where I'll add my caveat to all of this. This is a guy who's probably desperate for money because he didn't make money. He probably lost money doing rapping because you got to rent studios, you got to do all that kind of shit. You got to try to promote yourself. And if you aren't being paid for it, you're putting your money into it. And he probably blew a lot of money doing that too. Okay. So this is a guy that's got problems in settling on what he wants to do in life, but now he's doing what the Lord gave him the gifts for, and he's back to do that. Now we'll find out how it pays off. But in the end, because you're not paying him a world of money, dude, if you get 500-600 yards from the guy and he gets 3-4 touchdowns for you, 5, that's a serviceable player. And at this point, off the street like that, what else?
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.